Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Liquid Foundation and the concealer. I don't know how long the product's actually been out, but I recently found these at my Ulta and I decided to go ahead and pick both of them up so that I can go ahead and test them out and review them for you guys today. So I have been wearing this foundation probably for about 3 days in a row along with the concealer. So let me go ahead and go into some details about the foundation first and then we'll get into the concealer. So the cost of the foundation itself is $39 and it comes in 50 shades. Now, Urban Decay says it has 9 shade intensities, 3 master tones, and 7 undertones. So that's pretty good because it's going to cover every skin tone and you're more likely to find your shade because it covers all those undertones. The foundation itself comes in this beautiful packaging. It's got this rose gold top. It comes in a plastic bottle and it also comes with a pump, which is very convenient because you're going to be able to control how much you need. So the product inside the packaging is 1 ounce of product and it's 100% cruelty free. So let's go over what this product claims. It claims that it's waterproof, long wearing, breathable, feels like you're wearing nothing, flexible, and it says it lasts up to 24 hours. It also says that it minimizes the appearance of pores. So those are some pretty serious claims for this product. So after seeing those claims, I wanted to go ahead and try this product out to see if I could really put it to the test so that I can see whether the results mirror what it claims. On the Urban Decay website, it states how you can apply the product, but for me, the easiest way to apply the product is how I normally apply my foundation, and it's either with a sponge or a brush. So I went in with both the sponge and the brush. I really found that the sponge actually gave me a little bit more coverage than the brush. Using the brush makes the foundation look really nice on the skin. So if you don't have any imperfections and you just want that really like medium coverage, then I would go in with the brush. But for me, I need a little bit more full coverage, so I went in with the sponge, and of course I did also some correcting after I applied the foundation. With this foundation, I also wore the Milk Primer because that's the primer that I've been using nonstop. So I actually used the Milk Primer with this and also the Stella Blurring Primer, the primer that I use for my pores. I'll list everything down below of what I used with this product. I do want to mention I did use what I normally use on a daily when it comes to primers. And then of course with the sponges, I use the sponges that I have. I have like different ones that I like. So I used what I like. So that's what I would recommend. If you're going to try this product, I would recommend that you use your normal primers and then also the tools that you use to apply the foundation itself. So yeah, so I liked it with the sponge and it went on beautifully. It blends very easily. It doesn't dry quickly. Another thing is this does not oxidize on me. It actually stays the true color that you had when applying it. So the shade I picked up was 51WY. I just felt that this shade was closer to my skin tone. I have it on today and I think it works out perfectly. So I really like that shade for my skin tone. There were an array of shades out there. So I'm sure you'll be able to find one that fits you because like I said, all these undertones that they've come out with, I think that they're pretty much going to cover almost every skin tone out there. Let me get into how this worked out for me. So the first day I wore the foundation, I wore it for a good 7 to 8 hours. I wasn't outside much. I was inside with air condition and I really felt like it stayed on really well. It didn't break up. It looked just as beautiful as when I first applied it. I didn't find that it made me oily at all in my T-zone, which kind of was a big plus for me because a lot of times I get oily no matter what, and this foundation didn't do that to me. So I really liked that part of it. I didn't see that it accentuated my pores or anything. It just kind of laid really nicely on my skin. It looks really beautiful going on, guys. It looks very natural. For this foundation to claim that it's medium buildable coverage and to last like 24 hours, you would think that it would look very cakey or just like not cakey, but that it would look like you have a lot of foundation on. And with this, I really feel like it looks more like skin-like. You still know you have makeup on, but it looks like your skin. Like it just looks really fresh and seamless. It just looks really beautiful on the skin. I will try to put a clip in this video showing you guys how I applied it. But yeah, so that day when I wore it, just for those 7-8 hours, I mean, it looked so good. It looked just really beautiful. And I loved the coverage. I love that I can build it up and it doesn't look cakey. So it looked really nice even though I put like 2 pumps on. So then I wore it the second day, and the second day is when I really put this foundation through the test. I wore this when I went to work for 12 hours, and I'll tell you guys, I was outside in the elements all day long. I mean, I was in the heat, around water. I put this thing through the test. I applied it just like I would normally, and the same thing for the concealer, but we'll get into that in a bit. But I went to work, I was out in the heat, I was sweating, and I've been wearing the foundation probably for a good maybe 8 hours, and I was sweating really bad. And this is funny because I had seen someone at work and they were like, oh my gosh, your skin looks so good. And I was like, really? Because I just got out of like a sweat fest. I couldn't believe that they gave me a compliment because it was weird. So because I was so surprised, I actually got in my truck and I pulled the visor down and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my gosh, this foundation looks good even though I've been sweating. It was weird. It looks so good. And so then I was there for another few hours, and I would say about this time I had been wearing it another couple of hours and I got another compliment. So this foundation held up. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't budge. It didn't break up. It looked beautiful. My skin was glistening, but it wasn't oily. It was not oily. And I will tell you that I had blush on and bronzer. The blush and the bronzer were still on my skin. It was so nice to have a foundation that literally stayed on my face during a crazy day at work. So I really loved it for that. It looks so good. Yeah, so as you can tell, I pretty much love the foundation. I really, really love this foundation. It's gonna be one of my new favorites. But let me go ahead and tell you, so I did wear it the third day, and that was just a day where I was in and out shopping, and of course, you guys know it lasted. So I didn't wear the foundation more than maybe 12 to 13 hours, but in those 12 to 13 hours, the foundation lasted very well, and it looked really good. I'm really impressed with this foundation. It is waterproof. I can attest to that because when I was at work, I was around water. It is long wearing, it's breathable, it doesn't feel like I have makeup on. It does feel like I'm wearing nothing. So all these claims that I'm going over, these are true claims because this foundation really does perform like it says it does. I don't know if this is gonna come to Sephora soon, but if you can, get yourself a sample, try it out. I think you're gonna love it. I have combo skin, so I have normal on the perimeter of my face and oily in my T-zone, and it worked really well for me. The next thing is the Stay Naked concealer. This concealer is also claiming to be 24-hour. I did wear it just as long as I wore that foundation, and it did a phenomenal job as well. It didn't crease under my eyes. I have it on today. I love it. It is a full coverage concealer. Looks beautiful under the eyes, and it sets beautifully. It does come in 25 shades, and it is retailing for $29. It's supposed to be like a matte look under there. I don't really feel like it's too matte because then I really would feel like it looked crepey if it was matte. But it doesn't look matte. It looks more natural to me. Natural, but yet full coverage. But it's just really beautiful under the eyes. This has 9 shade intensities, 3 major tones, and 5 undertones. Urban Decay says you can use this for everything. You can use it for highlighting. You can use it for correcting like discoloration. You can use it for your under eyes. You can use it pretty much for anything. Unfortunately, I only used it for my under eyes. I didn't do any color correcting or anything with this, and I didn't use it for highlight. I will try to go out and get another one of these that's a little bit darker. Maybe I can use it to correct some of my dark spots on my face and then use the foundation because I'd love to see how that works out. But I only used this for concealer and I really, really loved it. It was a really good product to put under my eyes where I didn't feel like it dried my under eyes. I didn't feel like it looked crepey. It didn't break up. It just looked really smooth and just beautiful. It's like a medium to full coverage product that looks natural. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but if you will at least try it it and see for yourselves, because I'm telling you, these are going to be two of my favorite products from now on. They worked so well together and they look so beautiful on the skin, and I just love them. So anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this review. I hope I gave you enough information on how this product worked for me. I will tell you that it is a beautiful foundation and a beautiful concealer that look very seamless, that has beautiful coverage without looking cakey, but looking very natural. I really enjoyed testing this product, and I'm so glad that I purchased it, and I hope you guys will be able to do that as well. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.